Trailing 3-0, Padres produced 34 minutes that will live on forever. I love that because that's such a strong statement. But it is a big deal because let's face it, it was the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And the other thing that was beautiful, and
111
this is true.
win Dodgers.
Do you know what the Padres upper ownership management did that was beautiful on the tickets?
No,
Raul,
mine
what did they
did.
do on the tickets, on the sale of the tickets? How did they make it Padre big time in the seats?
They had to ban a bunch of zip codes where there's a bunch of Dodger fans.
Absolutely
And
beautiful.
you had to do that. You had to do that because
Yeah.
during the
Did you
regular
know that?
season, it's just a bunch of like half
It's all
Dodger
blue.
fans,
Yeah, it's all blue.
half Padre fans, kind of split by the dugout. And
Yeah.
then you'd see some fights up there. That's why I'd usually go to Dodger games to
And-
see those fights.
Yeah.
It was filled with so many Padre fans. No one's used to seeing that. It was awesome.
I mean, San Diego was dying for a winner, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been mush for a while, and the Chargers, they broke our hearts here, man. They broke our hearts and went to L.A. And they're a renter up there. They're not even an owner. They're a renter,
Right.
and they belong here. And, of course, the Padres have tried to build a good team. It's just tough. It's tough in the modern game with the kind of – I'd love to know if they had the payroll discrepancies, even though the Padres spend some money
It was
now.
significant,
But, man, the
still.
Dodgers and these teams and the Yankees –
Dodgers were second largest payroll, and they
Yeah.
spent $70 million more this year than the Pods, and the Pods were in the top 5 or 6.
yeah.
And the
That's what I
Pods
mean.
didn't even have Tatis. It was a $70 million gap. If you put Tatis in there, it's really been a $100 million gap. And it matters. I mean, that, to not have the horses makes it that much harder, but it also makes it that much more interesting because it's the players you least expect have to step up.
Who's on that
And
front page right
Hassan
there?
Kim did an
Is that your
amazing
boy
job
Ma-
all
is that
year.
your boy
He
Kim?
really
Is
has
that-
done a
I
phenomenal
would
job.
get 9 Hassan Kims
Right.
because you know what? No one's
Guy hustles, man. He's
He
a big
plays
guy.
his
He's-
position
he's-
perfectly, no mistakes. He works so hard
Yeah.
defensively, and he's a solid.
right there.
Clutch hitter,
Hassan
I mean-
Kim. He loves the game.
Right.
He would it's awesome. But I'm gonna say this: the Padre fans are incredible. I mean, we're Padre fans now because
Yeah.
we're raising our kids here. But I got to be honest, I have such an appreciation for just how classy San Diego is.
Yeah.
I mean, there was 95% Padre fans in the stadium, but you could hear the Dodger fans. They were dancing in front of us. It just very, very confident. And the Padre fans are just, I was watching it, and they're just kind of chill, And then when they won, they were just so nice, They weren't, I don't know what happened in the gas lamp, but they weren't damaging buildings or breaking windows
Damaged
like the
buildings,
Philly
no,
fans.
It was a good time after the game at the
Yeah,
gas
that'll be
lamp.
an
Everyone's
odd
just
bet.
everyone's in the streets just dancing, chanting.
So
I mean, the
fun.
Friday.
It definitely feels good to go against LA though. It feels something special because you're beating kind of your daddy.
Your
in a way,
nemesis. Really,
You're
your
beating
nemesis,
your older
yeah.
brother after he beats you down over and over.
Well, how many
and
times during the
over
regular
again.
season, you remember?
It was like 25 and
No, they beat
No,
him out of
15
19
They
games.
They won 15
15 out of
games
19.
That's
crazy.
That's domination.
And then
They won the division by 22 or 23 games.
and
Like,
a
it wasn't
few
even close.
Well, it's upsets. It's playoff time, and look at all the survivors right now. All the mighty are falling, man. It's just one of those years where Vegas is just raking it in
Well,
right now.
you know what though, dude? Let's face it. Baseball is the greatest game because it really doesn't. Anything really can happen. In football, we say that we don't mean it. Because the offensive
gotta have
and
the
defensive
hosses,
line,
yeah.
the big boys up front, that's what determines who wins. And in baseball, Hassan Kim, Haters found his 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Grisham. Jeez, 3 home runs.
He was. I was
insane.
like down on him because he had a horrible
182.
Yeah, 182.
That's
you're,
horrific.
You're in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
and he's their MVP.
Yeah, 3
right
home
now.
runs. He had 3
Right.
home runs in the 2 series, and
He was
batted
hitting
for
like
300.
400.
Well, he had
at the
another
time,
big
yeah.
hit that night.
Yep.
He just
Same with Nolan. Same with
Profar.
Can't forget about Robert Suarez.
Yeah,
That's our
that
number
guy,
one
yeah.
setup man, 8th inning guy that
Gotta
just comes
have
in. He paints
Gotta have
the
that.
corners so masterfully.
99 miles
100 mile an
and
hour
that ball's
fastball.
moving, man. He's cut. That's that cutter. Yeah, they scored gold with him. Really, he is to me the MVP. Because
Yeah.
you got to get to that 5th or 6th inning, and then before you can get to the big closers, you got to have somebody to get you through that.
I was
and he
sweating
has
bullets,
done that.
though, with Freeman. He's a
Yeah.
nightmare.
Oh,
He is
Freddie
tough,
Freeman,
man.
He struck out. He was
He
the last
did.
guy to get.
That's
Hater was
unusual.
throwing that hard.
He was
Yeah.
3
Hater.
for 3.
Oh.
He kind of just Freeman. I watched the
He's-
highlights. He looked like he didn't. He wanted to be in the batter's box with that.
That was the crowd
Oh,
effect,
Lefty
guys.
on lefty,
He went
dude.
3 for 3.
That hometown crowd effect. I mean, Hader made Freeman, a former MVP, not want to be in the batter's box. That's an accomplishment. That's where home field comes into play, the weather, everything. And
Yeah, that was a great night. Great night for San Diego. Exercised a lot of demons on Saturday night. And did it in a classy way. You're right. Like nobody in my section,
phenomenal.
and nobody got hauled out by security.
Well, there are no
Yeah.
Dodger
Rest-
fans.
No,
There are
I
Dodger
mean there were
fans.
no, but usually there's somebody somewhere in the sporting event
San
is
Diego's-
getting carted out. I just didn't see much of that. I saw a lot of joy and good, classy, sportsmanship. Like you said, even the few Dodger fans that were in our section,
Yeah, you could hear him.
they were. Nobody was abusing them.
No.
No, I mean not
And I'm
like
saying, like
what I mean?
anywhere else.
Oh my!
I'm telling you, San
In
Diego.
Philadelphia, it'll be a different
Oh,
story.
yeah. Well, no, I don't think. I think it'll be all red there. I don't think you'll see a ton of San Diego.
No,
Yeah,
fans.
you don't
Philly's
travel
tough,
well
man.
there.
I
That's
mean,
a tough city.
You go to those cities and they beat up on their own players if they don't perform well.
Yeah.
And that's men and women. Everyone's punching.
The visitors are definitely going to feel this thing. But I think the Padres are loose. Both these teams are playing with house money. Nobody thought they'd even get in the playoffs hardly.
Well, they had the worst records.
So they're not stressing at all,
National
and they're
League.
hot right now. I do think the Padres pitching really good, and I think it could, if it continues like that, they're going to be hard to beat. They're going to be hard to beat. The games will be tight.
It's going to be a battle with the American League. Houston's top to bottom. They're
Yeah.
legitimate,
They're another
and
one.
it'll take a complete effort to beat them if they get there. The Yankees, if they advance, they're pretty tough. Their lineup, their hitting. Philly's got a lot of hitting, but the
Yeah.
pitching's the key, and I think the Pods, they just can't have a letdown game tomorrow. This was a draining series. It felt like
Yeah.
winning a World Series, but it's just one more round,
Yeah.
and you got to get your legs under you. And the city is tired
Well, as
today. It
draining
was
as
a busy
was,
weekend,
dude,
you know.
It was more draining for the Dodgers. And let's be honest, winning lifts you.
Yeah.
If you collapse after winning, then I mean that was big.
Yeah.
And it was great to see you and Jack and Joey, and I didn't get to see Mia, but just the enthusiasm of the kids watching it, and
Yeah.
first time since what 1998 that we won a playoff
What a
series.
series. Yeah, that's when I moved out here.
It's a long, dry
time
spell,
ago.
man.
And they ran
Big
into
time.
the Yankees. But in any case, it was definitely a lot of fun, and I'm glad I got to go. Because it was a big moment in San Diego history, and the whole goose. The goose thing's crazy. In fact, let's get real here. We need a new mascot. Forget the fryer. That goose needs it, like the San Diego chicken. We need a San Diego goose now, because
It's coming through.
That thing
Watch.
that's one of the that's crazy.
That's a
I'm telling
rally
you.
cry.
And what the heck was that goose doing in the center field? I mean, there's 100,000 people. Didn't it occur to him at some point when he landed, like, whoa, I'm in the wrong place.
area.
I took the wrong turn at Albuquerque for sure, because where's my boys? Definitely not on the field.
Well, we won that game.
We
You
did,
know, that's
man.
our rally goose.
He
you
was
know,
our
we
good luck.
say.
He was our good luck. So we got another series to go. San Diego's alive, and the city's buzzing, and it's cool to see here. We're not known as a big sports city. Obviously we don't even we have one professional team now, and no championships. And the last time we had a little bit of enthusiasm like this was right before COVID. San Diego State was undefeated in basketball,
Yeah,
getting
remember
ready to
that,
go into
right?
March
Right?
Madness,
Big.
and they lost the last game of their tournament. It was the only loss they had all year, and they lost it on the last second shot of the game. It was the craziest game I've ever seen. And those guys never got a chance to even redeem themselves. They finished the season 30-1, I think.
Yeah.
And no March Madness, and that was as close as we've had in a while to a team around here contending.
Yeah.
And so it's been a long time while we've watched everybody else have parades. Man, they better hope there's a parade in this city. It may never stop. It would go right to
But
Tijuana.
Again, their fans are just the San Diego fans are the best.
Yeah.
They really are.
They are.
Yeah.
Cronenworth.
Yeah.
Hey, Cronenworth.
Cronenworth, huge.
Cronenworth got the first run in the third game. Third game.
Yeah.
He made that
Oh, he's
1-1 before the
clutch.
Grisham
Yeah.
bomb.
Right.
And
You called
he
that
clutched
one.
up. He clutched up. last game.
Well,
I think
To
Manny-
win the game,
I think
to win the
Manny's
game in that
been-
seventh inning, he clutched up.
Manny
That's
was
Cronin.
trying.
No,
Yeah.
Cronin he got in the zone. That's Cronin zone right there. You know?
Manny's been a big player for them, though. His defense and his hitting.
Yeah.
He's been clutch. He's been a superstar. He
He's
didn't
been
have
the
a great
leader of
night
the
that
team,
night,
right? He
but
just-
no errors, and he makes great plays.
And Hassan Kim, he's taken him under his wing, and he's really guided him. I mean, you know, as a player that they brought in, there were a lot of people that
I
weren't
was one
sure
of
what
them.
kind of
I wasn't
effort.
sure about Manny.
And he really
I-
has elevated his
yeah,
game as
I
far as
talked
a
lot of
leader.
smack on him.
Yeah.
He grew up. I think he's grown up here and become a bona fide all-star.
Yeah.
And a leader. I mean, he's as good as anybody on anybody's team.
Right.
You know, so you got to have those guys. If Tatis was playing, they would really be tough. They would be a lot tougher.
You
But
know what?
he's not playing, so and they're winning without him. So that's
It's a
that's
team sport,
yeah.
dude. It's not. You know what? What they're doing is showing you. Usually, it's not the big superstars that make the difference. Hassan Kim, Cronenworth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you just said it, Grisham.
But
These
to
are
win
not-
it- but to win it all,
Manny is
you'll
the
need
captain. Like
He
that
hit
is, he
home
is a
run, right?
superstar.
He hit that home run. Was it game
Game
two?
two.
He led off with that.
And
I
he's
thought
been
that.
playing
Yeah.
amazing defense. They do make
Yeah.
a difference.
Well,
Like, let's not
he's
kid
earned
ourselves.
that, though.
Tatis would make a difference.
He would make a huge difference.
But
yeah.
obviously, we should win without him. So
Hopefully, the guys
You know what,
in the
though?
back end of
Next
that
year,
If
lineup.
he
I-
was taking PEDs, how much of a difference? He's injured. He's hurt. He would have come back and taken up a batting spot and a position and maybe struggled. So, like, you know what? The bottom line is he has to get his act together and get healthy, come back healthy, and now he's going to see that it is a team sport.
Yeah.
Always was, and you know.
well, this humbles him. You know. That
Yeah,
humbles
that's what I'm
him,
saying.
You know?
It's-
we
it's about
play.
Need Josh Bell to hit something too. My God.
Jesus.
Man.
Former
He may be the
Pittsburgh
only
Somebody get
reason
him
they
into
don't
a-
win.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Honestly, I
because-
think he needs to get into a yoga studio. I've never seen a man that tall,
Use
that
that low-
stiff.
Josh, if
Jesus,
you
like,
hear me right
bend
now,
the knees a little
you
bit.
drive
loosen
the
up.
ball.
I want him to swing like Alvarez. On Houston.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
know
just
that,
dig in
like,
and let it
Turn
go.
those
on
hips.
that.
Turn on it, man. I mean, take it down the line.
Turn those
I mean,
hips, man. I don't know what that
Freeman
upper
was
body
exploding
swing
on
is,
it.
man.
It's like,
You
We
gotta-
can show him in wiffle ball how it's
Yeah,
done.
that's really, but you need to get real loose. Yeah.
You know what? He just
Exactly.
needs some
Oh, he just-
BP with wiffle ball.
He pushes that
You know,
ball a
just
lot.
on that outside curve low, just reach, and get it.
You got to use that big body.
Yeah.
You know, right now he's not using that big body like he could. They need
You know what?
him. You know.
Hitting therapy should be no. I want to be a hitting therapist, and it would be with a yellow wiffle ball bat and that white wiffle ball, because you have
Yeah.
to admit, if you want to get loose,
Oh, that's
you
it.
want to get those hips, get those hips into it.
That's
Let's
our
do
message of the week. Thank you for making San Diego happy.
Yeah,
right? We gave us
absolutely.
some joy.
It's awesome.
Long
Once in a
beneath.
lifetime experience, stuff I will carry on for the rest of my life for sure.
Attaboy.
I'm always-
Thank you very much. Thank you,
course.
San Diego.
Let's go,
Let's
Pods.
go Pods, huh?
go.
Let's
Right.
go.
The next
yeah.
one.